Hey everyone, welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nissa and I'm just checking sound and everything is going on. This is not my normal live channel, so if anything is weird or iffy or something like that, then please tell me. The live chat is open. I try to keep an eye on it. I do not have any magic of my own, so I can't know everything, but I will try to keep an eye on it. And again, if there's something specifically you want to see or something like that, then we will try to make it happen. But welcome to Backyard Zoo. There. Welcome to Backyard Zoo. My initial plan for this was that it should be a zoo that would develop over time. It should be the idea I had as a child about, I didn't have this idea of me having a zoo. I have had an idea that I wanted lions. I actually wanted tigers and bears and a lot of animals we never got in the zoo because I got reconned so many times. But the idea was, it was the animals I really wanted in a zoo as a child, and then what we would need to do to keep that up. So it was the idea of moving out to a farm. So we have the farm down here, and then go from there. It should all be placed in Denmark or a place like Denmark, because this is where I live. But this is not my childhood home at all. Let's just get down here. But as you can see, it got a lot bigger than just what I had imagined, and I'm not really sure where it happened, besides the fact that I'm crazy. But we are gonna take a look. And I also didn't make an entrance, and that was on purpose. We have the initial entrance back there, and I can't see people actually visiting my zoo, other gamers. Not right now, but I can't see it. Now I can see we have 8 people in here. Normally it's between 2 and 11, so 8 is a good number, I guess. I haven't figured out myself how to visit other zoos, but again, the idea would be that it was private at first. I'm not sure why people are running. It should just be private, and people could come over and just see our animals and such. It shouldn't be too official. And then at a point we would just start thinking about maybe making some money of it. But initially it should just be for ourselves. We have the castle over there, which we will get to. We will get to it. And over here you can see the bigger part of the zoo. Again, this is not something you actually can see from inside of the zoo, but this building is. It's covering it pretty much. But here we have our 2 wildebeest. I started this zoo just after my the grassland pack. So we got the blue wildebeest in here, and we also have the black ones. I see a lot of zoos actually over time, especially when I was a child, have multiple breeds or races or subspecies of a species the same place in the same habitat. Today we are more we want to breed every single subspecies on their own. We want them to survive that way. But in general, back then we just threw them all in together, and that is really reminiscent of this zoo, and it's also something I tend to do a lot. I wanted to have a lot of beautiful flowers in here to bring in some life, and we also have 2 different places we can see them. We have in here, out here, and then we have in here also we can go in and see them. But they also have all of this back area for themselves, so they don't get too stretched. I also am aware of the fact that we have multiple species in here, and we don't want the males maybe to go together and such. So we have a small enclosure here, and we actually have one more in the back, so we have 3 enclosures in all. I think this is the smallest one, and then we have medium size, and then the last large one is here. So we could also separate them in species, doing mating periods to make sure that they would only breed with their own subspecies, even though we have them together. Then in here, I just wanted to kind of inspired by the fact that a lot of old farms do this at this point. So we have something in Denmark called stable door cells, I guess it is. It's basically old farms where they sell a little bit from, some of them do it very much like it's crops from the farm that you just put in there. Normally you wouldn't actually have people in there because it doesn't make that much money. Some people just have a cart they set by the side of the road, put their things there, and a little something people can just put the money into. And we have done that for generations. It's not an issue in Denmark. I know it would be in a lot of places. So here I just had the idea of this. What did I just do there? Sorry, I'm not sure what I just did there. Anyway, so that's what I had an idea of. This would be, for instance, one of those rooms. So it would be more about selling local crops. Some farmers also go together to actually can afford having people work here. So multiple farms from nearby would have like jam they make themselves, honey, carrots, cabbages, and so on. So you could go in here on the way out and actually bring something really local crops home in this way, which I really enjoy. And on the other side here, we just have this seating area. I will say though, I do like the farmhouse itself with these things. It really a nice farmhouse. Well, I'm sad. It's because I have a staff room in here, so I can't just put on windows here. It would look weird. Otherwise I would. But much of these stables, depending on which time period they are from, most farms today, or that are older but still standing today, would be more like chalk or concrete, or something like that. So for the buildings around, not the farmhouse itself, it would all either be in wood or bricks, but the stable around it would be. But I just wanted to stay with the designs, and that's why I have that. And this is mainly just, we have the quarantine in there, animal shopping, what's it called, thingy, and workshop. Over here we had the vet, and I actually like that you can have windows to the vet on the other side because people cannot look in. From this side, it's really weird that people can just look in. But that's just sometimes I do shit. We can see the wildebeest in here also. And in here you can see I also made sure to split it up. So we have the small one that I showed out here. That could be close up there. And then we have the large one here. That can be closed off here. And then we have this one that you actually only can see here. Live, or what happens at this point. I'm just trying to go back a little bit here. Okay, we're back here, it seems. Okay, so I think it cut up here. So what I said was, I'm just clicking here. Yeah, I have had issues with my OBS the last couple of days. I do believe I need to reinstall it or something like that. Anyway, what I said was that the third enclosure is over here, and then this is the actually only way you can see it, going in here and look through the windows here. And then it goes behind the other one. It's not as big, I think, as the other one, but it's still fairly big compared to the small one. So for instance, if you have all the females that got pregnant during the mating season, then before they will start giving birth, you can isolate them to give them some peace away from the rest of the group, or whatever you need to. we have 3 doors here, which isn't that weird for Danish older stables, because it would be the way to get in fresh air. Originally, there would not have been these bars for the windows. If it had been a horse stable, then yes, there could have been, but the windows wouldn't have been that big then. So yeah, we're gonna continue out this way. And we have some more things over here, but we will do that at the end. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the thing where it don't freeze again, because I don't want that. We have the Armadillo over here, which also arrived with the grassland pack. And I do believe this is my most real zoo-like habitat that I built for a long while. I do like really going in with foliage and make it really much for the animals. This is also for the animals, but they get a really big view of most of this habitat all of the time. I think we have something moving over there. I'm not sure. I also have these. It's because I used the burrow inside of the house. Normally, we imagine that this picture would be just from inside the house and there would be no burrow. Because I don't think a lot of zoos actually give them that. I did these roofs, multiple places actually around the zoo, where I have this idea where I put glass up there so we get light in. Again, we are in Denmark, it's cold. Not half of the year, but a good chunk of the year. The winters get really cold. The summers can get really hot. So I want the wood to get shadow so it doesn't get too hot, but the glass to protect us from rain, snow, and so on, and still allow light in. And I wanted this to be completely isolated, which we do have out here. And again, the guests can see everything here. Here you can actually look out from the Wildebeest. Again, you could go all the way up here to the wall. I think it's around here. So you can actually see there. I just forgot it. And the Wildebeest are on the other side of this wall. Going over here, we have a... what's it called? A tour stop here. I do have that on most habitats in the zoo, but I have I think I have... What just happened? I don't know why it does that. It is very, very frustrating. Oh. There. Let's try that again. Yes. Here you can also look inside, and they wouldn't be down there, of course. They would just lay in here. So again, you get the view all the way around. This path over here, it would like to put a door in, but then doors aren't functional in Planet Zoo. So to be able to have the keepers being able to get in and out, I needed to have no doors. So sometimes the armadillos go this way. Most of the time they do use this way, which is the way I actually wanted them to use. Then we go over here and we go a little back. This actually leads to this bigger road. I do imagine that this is a road we made after we started building the habitat. However, the concrete road over here would have been a public road initially. A lot of farms have these roads in Denmark of the old kind, because you would have the original road, which is where we get in. But then as tractors and machinery got bigger and bigger, you actually would have removed part of the building. The farmhouse would have been connected to the building over here. And you actually pulled that down to make a road place for a bigger road here. So this would have been a public road, but that ended at the farmhouse. But people would not use it that much in this part anyway, because there's nothing down here for them to get besides the farmhouse. Now there is a zoo, but there wasn't, if that makes sense. We also have a toilet here if needed. But we're gonna move this way, I think. I haven't like figured everything out, but this is the striped hyena. I actually thought about using both striped and spotted hyena in here like I did with the wildebeest, but the thing is they do not like each other. They do not. Even having like 4 hyenas in here from the same subspecies would be difficult. So why have 4 for difference? I do have the house up here, which would be probably what they keepers would want them to use. But then we have the cave down here, and I have placed this in a ways that this is the best look you can get of it. So you can't see like in this little corner, but they can get a lot of peace in there if they want to. We also have a striped hyena here on the way down there, and they do use that cave a lot. Even though it is outside and probably a little more noisy than the house they can go into, it's still the keepers have this big wall of fence in here, so the keepers can look in, and they are there all the time, and they can also see the main. Okay, I think that it works now. I would love to know if it actually does. I'm just keeping an eye on when YouTube start. Okay, there, I think we're true. I'm so sorry about this. If it does it one more time, I will end the live stream. I will go back and record it all as a video and load it later today or tomorrow. I have no idea what happens, but now I have closed down everything on my computer. Oh, there's one more there that I'm not using right now because this is goddamn frustrating. Anyway, we were just over there on the platform. I'm not sure if you can see it over there, looking at the spotted hyena. And here we have another platform here, so we have another view. We have the cave down here, as you can see. It doesn't seem like the spotted hyena want to get out to play right now, but as you can see, we have some toys, we have some food enrichment over here, and we have some water. Oh, we're getting one up here. They can actually climb this hill very well. Well, animations is a little bit funky, but they do actually work very, very, very well around it. That's kind of impressive. These are basically, they took 1,000 years to make because all of these are individually placed. You saw that in the speed build, and these was actually easy to make. These are really easy to make. You didn't come with a group though. This is another tour. It was initially the same tour as the Armadillo and the Wildebeest, but I changed that up to make them not that long because it seems like the indicators have it really bad when they get too long. So I tried to cut them up, and now I have like 7 or 8 tours in here. So yeah, but you could get down here and that way to get over there. This way. Oh, we actually have one tour here. I think this is the same tour that the hyena is on. I will not be going in here right now. We will get in there in a second, but we're just going down here. And I will say all the way around here, there is small spaces like this where you actually can be lucky enough to spot the animals. And there's also small spots like this around the spotted hyena. But it's not like we have a really good viewpoint over here, so we're gonna go there. Everything in here, I'm not sure you got that because of the fact that, yeah, issues. But all of these things here, plant-wise, look real much like something that you could be lucky enough to see at the side of a normal road in Denmark if it gets time to grow. So that's what I was aiming for in this beginning part of the backyard zoo. Over here we have the main wolves. They only have this one viewpoint over here, though you can also see them from over there. And as I said earlier, there's those smaller spots. You can also go in here on the inn. I think inn is what it's called in English. This is very much how it would look in like a old Danish inn, which I really enjoy. It is one of those places. If you find a good inn in Denmark, you can get good old-timey, old-fashioned food, Danish food, and I love it. It's actually difficult to find that some places. We had one right out here, but now it's a Chinese restaurant instead. Which, yay, but oh. So yeah. Main wolves out here are quite beautiful. And as soon as I saw this new with the Grand Silent Park, right, once again, I just knew I had to build for it. Once again, they both have a cave and they have the house up there. I gave them caves because I knew they would dig for it, so they needed something. But again, I needed to make it so big, which I didn't initially like, but I actually think it works fine. Well, the last top up here I would like to cut off, but the rest of it I actually really like. They are quite beautiful if you ask me. I'm just looking over to make sure it works, everything. Yeah, we will get back to the inn. I promise you later we will get back in there. And again, we have to talk here. It's the same talk with the hyena. We're just gonna step up here. And we're not gonna go all the way around this way. And we're just gonna take one habitat more up here. And then we will go back to the lions. Because as you can see, we have animals up here, but we will get out that way, I think. I tried to calculate so we don't go past the same things once again. Here we have a choice. We can go up or we can go down. So we're going to start by going down, I think. I think most people would just stay up, but... Again, my zoos reward people that actually do take initiative to go downstairs, go upstairs, look around things. And this is, of course, my Tiemann and Pumper habitat, which all kids wanted. Again, I'm from 93. I think Lion King's is from... I was 4 years old or something like that. So it was a big thing for me. So we have, of course, the common Warthog and the... meerkat in here. I do not remember if I have a remaster on the Warthog. I may have that, but I didn't write it down because I'm stupid like that. But it is really, really basic down here. I didn't want to make it too fancy because probably the zoos wouldn't do that. This is something weird shit that the pathing system made. So that's just what we're gonna go with. Again, all of this we will come back to, but for now, we're gonna stay over here. And we have the mud bath, of course, over here. You need that with the Warthogs. I think you need that. The thing is, if you cover it just with water, it will still look like a mud bath, but your piggies will be cleansed by the water while they're in the mud, so they won't look that muddy. Just a little trick. I actually think I did think this after building and make that a video instead, upload it. I will go through it the same way as, I went through this and then I just upload it tomorrow or today or something. I am really, really sorry about this. I really am. And I'm not sure where the issue lies because I'm live on my live channel often without this issue, but it's happened today a lot, and then the other day it happened with the jaguar habitat. That's why I lost some of the footage. I have no idea what happened, so I will do that. I will just show you. I have a I will wait an hour before I record it on purpose because I have on the... If you go to my channel, I will just show you here. If you go to my channel, I have on the community tab this picture. And if there's something specifically you want me to show in that video, a animal you really want to hear about, a habitat you have questions about, go down in the comment and comment on this picture. You have an hour to do so, because I don't know what else to do. So yeah, this is where we end this live stream. Very, very frustrated. But as always, guys, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again. Hopefully in that video. But otherwise, yeah. Bye, guys. Oh, shit. Sorry. Bye.